Hello, everyone. How is everybody today? This is Ronnie. That's Chad. It's Picker's Church. We're here. We're going to talk about some news today in a little bit. Give everybody a few minutes to wander in so we're not repeating everything like 10 minutes into it. What are we talking about? What was that update? I mean, everybody got the update, or you should have gotten it in your eBay messages. But anyway,
and
what's
as
up?
always, people are freaking the out.
It's one of those things you initially see it. I mean, I didn't see anything really that crazy. Like, oh my God, I gotta quit my eBay business. I'm going back to work for the man. I'm gonna sweep floors at McDonald's. No, I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
So how was your week?
Everybody's talking about eBay. Well, if you're new to this channel, that's what we do.
We talk about the Bay.
Yep.
We're not talking about San Francisco.
No, it's been a really good week, man. Picked up that Dayhan bicycle at the flea market last weekend, and not this last weekend, but the weekend before, and I listed it Sunday, and within 6 hours I had it sold. I bought it for $100, and I sold it for, what was it, $525 shipped, and it cost me about $40 to ship it. So it went up to New York, and
What it cost to ship?
about $40.
Nice.
It weighed 35 pounds. And see, that's one of those things we always say. People would think it just costs so much extra money. And the only reason why it costs $40 is because it was in such a big box. Even though it could have been in a smaller box, but it was a bigger item, and it weighed, with all the... So, no, it's not cold down here. I just woke up from a nap. And just got a little chilled. So, but no, it was in the mid 70s today. So
yeah, it's been really nice here for February. It's been like 50s, 60s, even a little bit. But I think we're gonna be slapped back into reality Saturday with like high of 20 or something. So.
Yeah,
it's like right back to reality.
dude. But Saturday, go ahead.
But for freaking February, dude, the weather's been lovely. Well, second half of the month, first half of the month kind of sucked balls.
Yeah, Saturday I'm going to be even further south in Florida, because I'm heading down towards Naples, Florida, meeting up with some of my old Army buddies that I was in service with in Germany. So it's expected to be a great time. So
sounds like fun.
It's going to be guaranteed.
Call up to have the strippers brought in. Kim, I'm joking.
Yeah.
But I know my week has been, I mean, for whatever reason, the end of this week has been really great. I think I'm at like 32 or 3,300 for the week, for the last 7 days. I mean, it's ending really well, so that's what I like. I mean, it's been a good month. I'm at like 10.5, maybe 10.6 for the month, and I even had that listing restriction where I couldn't list for like 7 days.
Yeah.
So I mean, that week was terrible. It got down to like 1,200 that week. So it just shows you, like, it doesn't matter. You could have a really good week or a really bad week. It's always up and down.
Yeah. Sorry, Lonnie, that ain't happening. So I want to know why you were restricted.
I got flagged for supposedly selling a new with tags NFL jersey. Supposedly couldn't sell it, I guess. And you can sell used stuff. I mean, I think I've gotten like 5 questions since then. Can I sell a used jersey? It's like, yes. Used jerseys, you're fine. Just happened to be a New Jersey. I don't know, because I still see people selling jerseys. So I'm very, but I'm not going to pick up any new ones. That's it. I mean, not that I come across many new ones anyway, but like every once in a while, Marshalls, I'll see them pretty cheap and I'll pick them up, but I'm not going to mess with that whole thing.
Yep. Now I'm getting a little warm.
Going through hot flashes.
Yeah.
Menopause.
I mean, you just have those days, man. I was up this morning, was motivated, was listing stuff, was selling stuff. And I don't know, man, later this afternoon, I was like, man, I am tired. So I took a nap from 5 o'clock to 7:30. So
I wish it was
15 minutes to wake up.
I wish the jersey that I had got flagged was the Tom Brady jersey from the game that got stolen. But that jersey's gonna show up in like 10 years from now or something. Lady Gaga probably stole that shit. I don't know who would have had access. I mean, because it was probably in the locker room, so I mean, it had to be probably
a teammate
or a reporter. I mean, who's the guy all the way on the end of the bench? Probably the guy making $200,000. That's probably the guy. Check him.
Yeah.
The guy cleaning the floors.
I'm like totally lost in the chat. I don't know what everybody's talking about.
Talking about naps. Talking about jerseys.
Yeah.
Trying to think. It was something else I was thinking about just a second ago, and I kind of lost my train of thought.
Dude, a lot of people's been asking about this Facebook group for people who are going to the reseller rally. And yeah.
It's getting work done.
Yeah. You'll be receiving an email. If you bought a ticket, you'll be receiving an email with an invite to the private group. And if we're friends on Facebook, hit us up. We can add you that way, but there's no other way to add you. So you'll need
we can add them that way?
Yeah, if you're friends with people on Facebook.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Then you can actually add them. It'll let you add them.
There's a few people I got to add then.
Yeah.
I wasn't, for some reason I didn't think we could, but I get it now. My brain sometimes works a little on the slow side.
But we are officially sold out, folks. So if you didn't know, we are sold out.
Sold out? Be giving away some tickets here eventually.
There's not a Reseller Society private group. Yeah, that's the ticket. We are starting a new super secret private group for this. All the super secret stuff is only $1 a month.
Only?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's only 200 people. That ain't going very far, dude.
Now this is a group for the people who are going to the reseller rally. So it should be good.
Should be fun. All right, where are we at here? Yeah, let's check this thingy out. I'm gonna go into screen share and we'll chat about it a little bit. It's fairly cut and dry. I didn't see any big things about it. Oh, that's not it. Hold on a second. Okay, let's stop that. I gotta find it again. I had it. Where'd it go?
Yeah, Chad Kellerman. Yeah, they were sold out, and really the only way to get tickets now is the giveaways that each channel is going to be having. So I've got one left to give away. Ronnie's got 2 to give away. I don't know if Nicole and Joe's giving any away, but every channel is going to be giving 2 tickets away. So be looking for that. You're still not sharing.
Yeah, I know. I got to find it.
Yeah.
It's somebody from Hartford, Connecticut. Sorry, I'm in the middle of a show now. I don't know what you're looking for quite, but okay, I found it. All right. Let's try this again.
You got it?
Round 2. No, that's not it. That's not it. Okay, there we go. You see it?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the 2017 Spring Seller Update brought to you by eBay, your friends. So there's going to be some store updates. We got some performance standards, which I think are a little sketchy. Some listing variables and shipping tools and some other things here. So I'm going to go up here and we're going to check these out. I mean, pretty cut and dry, really. It tells you pretty easily. I mean, this all starts May 1st. So what's that, like 2 months, a little over 2 months away? And it's really not much is going on. Some of the little categories is going up. Literally, one here went from paper coins and stamps went from 6% to 6.15%. So I mean, it's everything went up like 0.15%. Literally nothing. I mean, clothing went up from 9 to 9.15%. So it's not really anything that crazy. The real cool thing, though, if you have an anchor store, that's the store you pay a lot of money for every month. You actually go from $75 to $150 quarterly for your shipping supplies if you get those. You know, that little discount thingy there. So that's actually cool. So I mean, it might be actually worth it for like myself to get an anchor store, even though to get a little bit extra supplies and also have the ability to talk to somebody, like you have a designated
line.
Yeah, because I call them, I'm calling them like once a week now, and just crazy stupid things. Like a guy today could not for the life of him figure out how to open a return. He opened a return, automated return. He had to pay shipping. Then he opened a case, asking for a return. I approved the return. Then he opened a case. And the guy even on eBay said he shouldn't have been able to open the case. Like, that's an issue with them. And he just said, you know what? We're just going to refund his money. He had 2 feedback. And I just said, is it coming out of my pocket? No, it's not. I was just like, okay, fine. I don't care. I told him, keep the shirt. Do whatever you want with it. Because I already got paid for it. So, I mean, I'm not going to make him. But it'd be easier to have somebody. And it basically tells you, why is eBay making these changes? They periodically evaluate fees, credit, and benefits. We all increase our investment in this platform, marketing efforts, tools, enhancements, both the seller and the buyer. A bunch of BS, really, technically. Then you got your performance standards. And this is kind of going to be the biggest thing, and I think where a lot of people are going to be upset, because basically your top rated plus value fees discount is 20% now. Well, they're gonna cut it back to 10%. So I mean, someone like myself that pays $900, $1,000 in fees every month. I mean, 20%. I was probably saving somewhere between $100 to $200 a month on my fees. Now it's going to be half that. So I mean, over the course of a year, it might be maybe $1,000. I mean, but it's not going to make or break this. I'm not going to go running off to sell on Macari or sell on Bonanza. You know, I mean, it's just something you deal with. I mean, it's what happens. I mean, and then they have this. I guess they're going to do this promotion listing campaign thing. They're going to give you $30 a credit every quarter that you can use for that. I'm not really sure how that's going to work, but it'll be interesting to see how it does work. And then another thing is the top rated status. They're going to increase the uploaded tracking from 90 to 95%. And that's valued over 3 months. I mean, it's not
That's nothing really, because I mean, I just looked at mine and I think I'm like 99.7 or something like that. And I mean, if you're top rated seller, you shouldn't be missing out that many. You just shouldn't be. When you list something or sell something, it should be shipped, you know, within that one day.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it's got to be one day if you're top rated seller anyway. But let me ask you on this uh
Well,
the promoted listing, the
that's just
promoted
the uploaded tracking. They're not talking about it being within. Well, yeah, I guess.
well, yeah,
Yeah,
it's got to be done within the one business day.
yeah.
The
But I
uh
mean, I
the
think it just mean I don't know. Yeah,
the promoted listing campaign, I mean, that stuff is only for like um new, like Amazon-ish type stuff.
yeah. It has to be newer tags items. I
Yeah.
think they ran that out last year, and I tried it a little bit. I think it gave you like a percentage, like you added on 5%. Like if that item sold for because they shared it, and they would share it like the top of the listing and also at the bottom of the listing, I believe. I had a few new items, and you had to have multiples of the items too, if I remember right. Um, so it would come up, and you chose like a percentage extra to pay, but it was kind of dumb because I didn't like it, because technically I'm already advertising on eBay. Why am I advertising again to get special treatment? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
it's kind of comes down to that whole idea of, you thought you were getting this service anyway, and now you're kind of having to pay for it to get something that you thought you were getting anyway. But that's typical with a lot of different things in life.
Yeah, and there's another thing here. The below standard changes. Final value fees for sellers do not meet the eBay maximum performance standard will increase by 4% points on items sold after May 1st. So make sure you meet the eBay maximum selling requirements.
So not only if you fall under that, they're going to charge you more per item. So I suggest you keep your stuff up and don't fall below the standards, because it's going to cost you.
I mean, it just goes back to the thing. Just sell the right shit. I mean,
Yeah.
you sell the right stuff, it's going to sell. I mean, if you're looking to have thousands of things in your store and sell a few things, I necessarily don't like that business plan so much. I kind of lead away from it, but we all have those long tail things. But when you have 99% of your store is long tail, it's kind of, I don't know. That's just crazy in
Yeah.
my mind. But some of the other things here, I think we covered all that. Then there's the listing visibility, and I didn't read this one actually, but it looks like they're removing the third-party ads that they were putting on there, which I think were bullshit. You'd get that like at the end of the page or something. It
Yeah.
would show what you're selling or a similar name of that item from like Amazon or Nordstrom's, and you're like, whoa, whoa, slow your roll. Why are you trying to sell somebody else somewhere else and not for my item? I don't know if they were getting like a affiliate money or something out of that, but it was like, yo, eBay, why are you telling somebody to go somewhere else? I'm supposed to be
Yeah.
buying right here. So I mean, it shows you basically third party, like that one's from Verizon. That's going to be the new one on the right hand side. And then the credit right there talks about the credit, which we kind of base that. And I guess there's starting next month, they will display the best promotion manager. So you'll be able to see things over here, like if you put 10% off or $50 or more or so on and so forth, that you can create. I have never created those kind of things, but they are there. If I already run a sale, it's kind of, in my eyes, redundant to give them even more percentage off if they buy more stuff. Even though today I gave a guy free shipping on 2 sport coats and a suit, but he he was combining the shipping, but it kept on coming up to like $29. And I seen he was in Massachusetts, and I'm like, you know what? You're willing to buy 3 things from me? I'll give you free shipping. And he's literally like a few towns away. So I mean, hopefully he's happy with the suits and sport coats, and he'll come back to my store and buy some more stuff. That's how I see that.
Yeah.
But if it was probably in California, I would have not did it because it would have cost me probably $25 to get that stuff there. But anyway, the last one is the shipping tools. And they're doing this. I guess there's going to be an overview or overhaul here with a new location-specific shipping table coming this summer. You'll be able to provide more accurate shipping changes to buyers. So there's different areas showing how much. I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but it'll be interesting.
It looks like it's only 4 zones now. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. No,
Wasn't
5.
it 7? Well, the blue.
Well, yeah,
is
if that's your shipping. I mean, you're 2, 3, 4. I mean, yeah. So I mean, you can here new shipping rate table. You'll be able to access up to 20 shipping tables, specific shipping handling based on more than 100 regions.
Yeah.
The proximity of your warehouse to your buyer's location, and multiple shipping services for sellers who know the cost of the shipping to location to different. I mean, that's going to get. It's going to be in your seller's hub under your eBay. I mean, you could add on like 1-day shipping and all different kind of things. I mean, that's just. I mean, I'm sorry. That seems like a little bit of a headache. It'll be cool and see how it works out, but right now I see that as a headache. And then you have here new workday and cutoff options, so you can actually put certain days you ship out and handling time and the cutoff dates, so people know if they order something by a certain time, it'll get shipped out that day or something. That's interesting. That's actually, I think, pretty cool.
Yeah, but see, as far as we are concerned, we go by eBay's time, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be different. It's going to be, there's some learning curves that are going to be in there, but I think in the end, it's going to all benefit us, really. It sucks kind of that final value fee, though. I mean, it's like putting your balls in a freaking vice grip.
So what did did it say why they did? I mean, as far as that, because I mean, that's a really big, you're talking, they're raising some of the, going from like 9 to 9.15%. I mean, here they went from 20% to 10%. I mean, that's really a huge cut. I mean, cutting it in half.
Dude, I mean, if I can't make that I mean, I'm not saying I would do it, but it would be interesting. I'll change it to go back to 7-day returns and ship stuff out every 2 days.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, eBay, want to play games? I'll play games too. And then my stuff will be ranked on the last page.
Well, if you think about it, if you think about this, say that if you just go across the whole, and this is the way I look at it. You go across the whole eBay board, okay? And we're going to assume, say people have, they have a $500 bill on average on eBay. It's probably higher than that on average. I don't know. There's a lot of just little hobby stuff, but say across the board, it's $500 a month, okay? And, at the 20%, you were getting, now it's what, $150
100
or $100. Yeah, $100 and in savings. So for every person, I mean, if you think about it, it's like giving them $50. They're making $50 more per person at every $500 eBay bill. So that's a lot of money. A lot of money.
I'm curious, what's their stock doing today?
Did eBay stock go up? I don't know. That's a money grab. That's a huge money grab. And I'm not saying it's almost it's a little bit different than saying, okay, we're going to charge you double when you were paying $50 for something. We're going to charge you $100. So they're making that extra $50 per person. It's pretty much the same thing saying you were saving $100 and now you're only going to save 50. So that's a money grab. I mean, it's a big money grab.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, I get it. I understand it.
Yeah.
In a way, they're a business. They have to make money. Certain things have to change, and that's probably. I mean, probably think when they added it, and they're probably thinking, "Oh, we're giving these people these big deals," and they're probably going, "Well, we can cut back on this a little bit."
Well, I mean, I don't think 20% is. I mean, to maintain top-rated seller plus. I think that's something that's why it's like I want that discount. So I changed everything to 30 days, 1-day shipping, and then I got it. Yeah, I mean it's a incentive for good people to do the right thing, and because that's only going to benefit the customer. But yeah, as far as I'm not going to lose any sleep over it because there's not a damn thing I can do about it.
It's only a little bit of money.
Yeah.
If anything, maybe I'll try to sell a little bit more on Instagram. I haven't actually attempted to sell on Instagram at all. But maybe I'll look into it a little bit more. There's certain things I know that can sell over there a little bit better. I'm definitely not going to be trying to sell a suit over there. Nobody's going to be buying a suit over there. But, something like this cap I picked up the other day may have a better market over there than actually on eBay,
Yeah, Fastback says, I think we should complain about the discount. I'm sick of the way of how they treat us. I mean, and I don't want to be like meanly blunt to you, but dude, it's their sandbox. You can sit back and complain. And somebody sent me a thing today, join the reseller union. It's like I guess somebody's trying to form a union to fight against the man, which is eBay. It's like, are you out of your mind, dude?
Everything goes up. Everything. Taxes go up. Amazon's went up. I mean, everybody's complained about Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon's really put their sellers in a little bit of a squeeze over their changes over the last 2 years. Everything goes up. Gas goes up. That's probably the newest thing now is everybody doesn't like something. You complain about it, or you go out in the street and instead of just accepting it as something that happens in life, changes happen, and just roll with it. Don't waste too much time on it. Worry about making money, because really, in the end of the day, that's all that matters. What's going in your pocket?
Ultimately, what's going on is, and I'm not intimidated or worried about this stuff at all, because what it's doing, guys, is it's thinning out the weeds is what's happening. It's thinning the sellers out. The every time something like this comes out, the bottom of the barrel is going to drop off. Okay, that dead weight's going to be cut, and that's what happens with with Amazon. If this is too much for you to handle, the 0.15% increase on final value fees, then maybe if that's what it takes to finally get you to quit selling on eBay, then by God, you can just tell people, no, I want to fight for that 0.15%. And you probably couldn't even tell us how much that actually is over a month's time on your business. So yeah, it's
on $1,000, I think it's like $1.50.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not something I'm really worried about. I mean, if anything, it's going to push me harder to make money.
Well, it's a okay. Melanie says it's not the 0.15%. It's the 50% drop in the final value fee. I hear you, but it's really not something. It's a discount. Okay, it's a discount. They didn't raise the price on you. You just don't get as much of a discount. To me, guys, and you need to look at this. Look at it as a challenge because it is what it is. Where are you going to go? You know, are you going to go to? Are you so upset that it's going to cause you to go to Bonanza? I mean, or it's just one of those things that don't spend too much time being upset about it. Just please don't, because it's not going to do you any good. It's not. You're not going to benefit from it, and it's just one of those things.
It's just, I mean, I remember 4 years ago when they rolled out with the final value thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, before that, we didn't even have it. So, I'm not really totally upset about it. I mean, I would be more worried if they ever did away with the United States shipping discounts.
Yeah.
It would be bullshit if that ever happened.
See, where you're gonna come out of this is, you know, that small business tax rate's coming way down, so you're gonna be making money in the long run. So nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about.
What are they talking about?
Dude, I bought, check this out. I was an eBay buyer over the past couple weeks. I actually had 2 items that I had issues with. And the first, you know, I bought that gimbal, right?
Yeah.
Gimbal back here. Yeah. This gimbal for my phone. Well, I went online and I was looking for one for the GoPro, to be able to put the GoPro in there. So I'm like, man, I don't want one of these cheap plastic ones. I want a good quality. Well, I ordered one and then I got it. It's what's it called? Dang it.
Plastic?
3D printer. It's a 3D printer.
Oh.
Okay. It's quality, but in their description, they had this priced at the 3D printer, but in the description, they said it was high grade aluminum, aircraft aluminum. And so whenever this is with these 2 things that I got, guys, this is the difference that's going to make or break your business. So when I got that, I sent her a message saying, you know, I ordered, because it was at the price of the cheap ones, the plastic, but in the description, it said it was aluminum. So I got a hold of them. I said, you know something, I got this, and I really needed an aluminum one because I don't want to take a chance with my camera with this plastic. And they're like, oh, we are so sorry. We will send you the aluminum one. And here's the aluminum. I mean, this is the real nice one. So we got that. And then what I did is I ordered, this is a 50,000 mAh, just a portable battery charger that I use because my other one, I just needed a new one. So I ordered this and I got it. Okay. And it worked okay for the first couple days. And then I wasn't, when I was plugging it in at night, by the time I got up in the morning, it was only charged up to like 75%. So I think there was a dead cell in it. I sent them a message. When I bought it, I bought USA only. But I think what they are is they're like from China, but they had a stockpile here in the States over in Los Angeles, I think, one of those places. So I got a hold of them. And I says, I think there's a dead cell or something in there. And they're like, please take a video and show us what it's doing. And I'm like, dude, it takes forever to get it charged up. How am I going to take a video of that? Well, for us to be able to address your issue, we need to see a video. And I'm like, what? So I'm like, dude, I'm not going to send you a video. I'll just open a return request. And they're like, what you can do, send it back to us. You don't have to, they said, send it back to us. And they gave me the damn China address. And so I'm like, forget this. So I opened up a return case. And I mean, that's the difference. That's the difference between two people. One corrects it and treats you right. And the other one, dude, they're going to get nailed because I am putting up with it. Because if that was me, oh, they had a lot, but it's just the whole idea. If it was me, it's like, dude, don't even. You think I'm going to pay? I said, I'm not going to pay to send this damn thing to China. No. But guess what? They're going to.
It drives me crazy when they're technically supposed to ship something from the U.S. and then they're not technically. It's like, how do they get away with that? It's so sketchy because they did that with the charging cords for the phone, and as soon as I got them, I knew they were fake and I was like, come on, really?
Yeah, I think eBay needs to crack down on this China stuff. I really do.
Well, there's a lot of things they need to crack down on. Unfortunately, there's no one watching certain categories. Certain categories are like the Wild Wild West, technically. Yeah. I mean, like vintage advertising is that way. It's wide open for anybody to sell anything, and nobody's policing it, basically.
Yep.
And it's basically because you're selling stuff that's 75, 100 years old, and those companies don't care. It's not a care like Burberry watching over their items on eBay, or Uggs watching over their items, or Coach, where they actually specifically pay people to, go through eBay listings and stuff like that. It's different, but it kind of, it's frustrating at certain times.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people losing their asses on stuff over there, especially advertising.
Yeah, I got a good example. Somebody says the fake 1 terabyte thumb drives. I bought a Nintendo DS Lite, I think, or the one that takes the SD card. And I looked at it, and it said it was a 15 gig SD card. I'm like, what? But I checked out the actual size, and it was 8. So they pull that kind of crap all the time.
Yeah, a lot of those companies are no longer with us. They've been all bought out by other companies. They changed hands so often. It's kind of just, I don't know, eBay as a whole, there's a lot of loopholes in there. It's kind of just silly.
The crazy card, yes, I think there should be. Yes.
Well, that's on a whole different thing. I mean, maybe our president.
That would help. That would help. Yeah. The tax on China, the trade tax would really help USA eBay sellers with the market right now, on eBay, with how China is just flooding the market. So cheap. And but yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I can deal with that. You're here, Jason, so apparently you're good to go. So chill with it.
I'm confused.
Yeah.
Barry's in the house.
Hey, what's up, Barry? What's up, Coco?
Sierra State, what's up? Which one do you think it is? You think they watch it together? Or you think it's just...
I think it's Laura.
You think so?
Yes.
And Texas Girl Treasures. Jason Williams. I wonder if that's the basketball player.
Well,
there's 2 Jason Williams, actually, I think. The one guy that shot the limo driver. He was a forward for New Jersey, maybe.
Hey, there's Dwayne. Dude, that was a sick picture you posted, Dwayne, of your the mountains. What is that, right outside your backyard? That was nice.
That was a nice view.
Yep.
It looked cold though.
Are you on Instagram, Ronnie?
Am I on Instagram?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. On Instagram, Hart Pickers.
I'm
All
loving
one word.
Instagram. And I'm on Instagram at Golden Finger Picker. So check us out over there. It's fun.
Yeah. I'm wondering if I should create a different account for selling, or should I use the same account?
Use the same account. Use the same account.
You know what was funny? Someone on Instagram the other day, I showed how much I was like showing because it was a really good week and day and everything. And then someone shows me the $30,000 month. I'm like,
You must be talking about Pete. I saw that one too.
No, it was somebody else.
Oh no. Yeah.
It sells clothing. I was like, I've chatted with him in the past. He's just like, it's kind of funny. It's just like you think you're doing great, and then somebody that doesn't make videos or doesn't do anything is just, hey, look. It's like,
yeah, well, you know, something like I've always said, there's always going to be people out there that do more than you or less than you. It doesn't matter. You know, if you're happy with what you're doing, then by George, let everybody know. And 9 out of 10 times, people are going to support you, because if that's what you're wanting to do, then people are happy for you. If you're reached a milestone, and you know, people are going to back you up and be happy for you. I know I am, and I'm not intimidated by anybody who makes more. Or I don't think I'm above anybody that makes less. It's really if you're happy, then I'm happy. That's what it's about.
I think it's all fun. I mean, I think it's very cool that there's so many different people out there making money off of this, supporting themselves, not working for anybody but the man, or making great second income or third incomes. I remember when eBay was my third income, and even if you included my wife at that time, that's when I should have been stacking money like crazy. But no, we take 5-week vacations and not have any money coming in. The good old days.
Yes, dude. I forgot about this. Took my stuff to the mailbox or the mail place to drop off my mail. To my packages going out. Stopped at this little thrift store. It's a little church type thrift store. Walk in. Up on the top shelf is this brand new in the box sealed cash register. I'm like, what? And they had $70 on it. And so I'm sitting there, I look it up, and it's like they're selling all day for $249. That's what they're selling for. And I'm like, yeah, it's a Sharp XE-A207. Just sitting right there. So yeah. So I took it up there, and I get 10% off. So I paid $63 for this, and right now I listed it. Mine should be the next one to sell. So, because if they're selling for $249 all day, then I'm going to be right under that a little bit. So it should be the next one to sell.
It's good money.
But yeah, that was a really nice little. What was your shoe collection worth when you sold them?
I would say I got about $5,000 or $6,000 over 3-4 months. But thing was, I held on to, if the no shoes, the Jordans sold really well, but like the Air Force Ones, the Air Force One period came and went, and I was stuck with a bunch of those damn shoes. They were not selling that great at that time, and a few other pairs of shoes I had were not great shoes. But somebody asked the question, has anybody hired sourcers? People to go out and pick for them. And I think like that would work for Amazon sellers. I'm not sure if that would work for eBay sellers. Like at one time I had somebody that was sending me stuff. They were picking it up and sending me stuff for a while. And that never worked because it's either floor, there would be a floor or something in there. they're getting their stuff at regular price, and then I'm paying like a little bit of a premium on it. It just didn't make sense. You know, it was a lot of mid-level, low-end stuff, you know, that people would pick up. You have no control over what someone else is picking up either.
I mean, think about it. If you're a real, like a picker slash reseller, then you love what you do. But I mean, if you're paying somebody to go buy then you're just doing it for the money, no ifs, ands, or buts, because that's the fun part. I mean, really, that's the fun part. So, yeah, I won't be paying anybody to source for me, man, I don't know. There's people that talk a big game that, yeah, they have $5,000 a week to buy stuff for me, and I trust them with everything. It's like, dude, because if they're good enough to be able to source, then they're good enough to run their own damn business.
I think it works for Amazon, but
Yeah.
Amazon is different. Amazon's a whole different beast. You know, and to scale yourself, you kind of need to constantly feed that beast. But for eBay, it's like eBay, I would cut out the thing that I hate doing the most, which would be basically taking care of just taking care of the listing part or the picture part of it. Getting somebody to take care of that would be the easiest thing for myself, because I would go out 5-6 days a week and look for stuff. I'd have no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I love it. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, if I had somebody listing stuff like Terminal 99 has 2 people, I believe. Dude, I would be out every day. I would be looking at auctions. I would be all over the place trying to get stuff, you know. And I think, unfortunately, the only way I'm ever going to hire anybody is if my wife ever got her dream job down the line, like working for an airline or something. Dude, that would be cool, because I could be like, oh, there's a state sale in Dallas this weekend. I want to go. Free tickets. Go hang out, go to the state sale, send it all back.
Sorry, Fred. For some people, it may be all about the money, but no, it's not all about the money for everybody. And Faded Glory asked this, and it's a really good question. It's to what extent, you know, how far will you go? He says, if you only have 2 cents to your name and you're starving to death, will you sell your Selena collection? In a heartbeat. It's only stuff. While I like the stuff, man, this stuff would go in a heartbeat. If my family needed something and that's the way to get it, I would sell it in a heartbeat. I would sell everything. Like if there's a Selena item that I want, this is where I'm at now. If I find a Selena item that I really want, like say an autograph, and it's running $2,000, I might sell a few pieces to, you know, to try to, but that's just about collecting. That's all it is a collection. It's material stuff. It's not like I sit back and worship it, you know. It's cool. I like it. I enjoy it. But at the end of the day, it's just stuff. And yeah, I'm not that attached. I mean, I'm attached to it, but I'm not that attached to it.
I would sell everything and everything if I had to. I mean,
yeah,
you need to do it, or if something had to come up and I needed $5,000 in a few days for a surgery or something like that. I mean, stuff would go, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, like I can always get it again. It's not a big deal.
And you know, I think that comes with life. I mean, I always say I'm older. You know, I've lived through some rough times and stuff. Yeah, I think it's just a mindset of it's not that important. There is nothing that can't be replaced besides your family. You know, so it's all stuff. And as much as I like this, or as much as I like any of this stuff, it could all be gone. I could sell every single bit of it tomorrow if it was for a good cause, or, you know, that's pretty much what it comes down to. Same with cars, same with, I mean, family heirlooms. I mean, people talk about stuff like that. Oh, I would never sell that. It's like, well, dude, if you want to sit there and, you know, your kids go without because you got some attachment to it. I mean, that's just life. It's life. So if you do what you need to do, and that's the way I see it. That's an opinion, and it is what it is.
Yeah. I was watching YouTube the other day, and I seen the Crazy Picker Life is going to be back.
Oh,
He made
yeah.
a video. He's coming back from the dead. I was kind of sad when he went away because he was actually fun to watch.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, man.
Did they
Just
offer
because
an explanation.
I don't think you owe anybody an explanation on that kind of stuff. It's
No. I was just wondering.
I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
I don't know if he really. I watched it and I can't remember him really. I don't think he really talked about it. Might have just needed a break. I don't know.
Yep.
But it's one of those things. I mean, when you do something every day. But I was feeling hurt. Then when I seen this video, I'm back. We're back. I'm like, yay! Just because I think he's doing something interesting. It's him and his family. I kind of love people that just doing their thing, and you like them. They're not trying to troll you or be negative in any way like so many other people are. They're really positive people. And they're showing, and they just have an interesting niche, I think. Cameras and watches. Not that I'm going to pick up watches or cameras anytime soon. It's like I do look at watches, but I have no idea like anything about it. I'm like, I'll pass.
Yes. And we were just talking. I was talking with somebody. I think it was Sue Sowen, which she came and stopped and visited. We spent an awesome day with her here. Had her over late at night, and we were talking. She was talking about, working towards a niche that if she's really downsizing and she wants to do traveling, and it's like, I know Ronnie's wanting to do that, and and the dorky thrifters, they do that, because she was talking about how to really concentrate on small items. And I'm like, oh, like dorky thrifters. I mean, she concentrates on the eyeglasses and smaller things, because you don't have the area, because she has a RV, mobile home. So,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
yeah,
it could be done. Like I've priced out fifth wheel trailers with the camping. With the toy hauler area,
right.
Because there's that designated, basically, I don't know what it is, 8x or 6x12 area. That's a large area. If you could hook that up in a way to store stuff, it's such a great place, and it opens up. There's like a little deck that could be the area where you shoot photos and stuff like that. I mean, I looked into it. My wife is more concerned with buying a house and then telling me after we can buy. It's kind of more like, okay, but if I buy a house, I'm probably not going to be able to afford a $60,000 trailer. Like it's because I'm going to have to upgrade the truck too. And the trucks you need to tow those, for the most part, are diesels and four-wheel, big heavy-duty pickup trucks, which are not cheap.
Yeah. But if you're looking to concentrate on smaller items, even if you're not stuck, I mean, if you live in a small apartment, and you don't have, check out the Dorky Thrifters. Her husband passed away recently, and she's still continuing their journey. So good people. Check them out.
You know what I think is an underrated niche, and it might not be for everybody, but postcards, vintage postcards.
Well, it depends. I mean,
I don't know. I've done a lot of studying on those, and I think,
dude,
the thing is, it takes studying to understand it.
It does, and I mean, I've sold a lot of postcards, and we're talking they need to be 100 years old.
I'm not talking about like new ones. Like I'm talking,
yeah. Well,
the
you
real
said
photo.
Vintage. Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about like the real photo postcards from say early 1900 to like 1950 30s, I would say.
Yeah,
Those are
well,
the ones I see.
1880s. Yeah, that's 100 years old. I mean, you guys, that's when people talk about vintage postcards. I mean, 70s, 60s. No, there might be some that's got some value, but in general, you need to be looking back to the early 1900s, 1800s, stuff like that. And there's still a lot of postcards from that era out there, and they're not super hard to find. So,
Oh, you see them at auctions all the time, actually. Almost every other auction I look at, there's like a stack of them.
yeah.
And I'm like, you see them at all the antique stores. I've actually picked some out of the antique stores and paid $1 or $2 and then sold them on eBay for $20, $30.
Yeah, I mean,
it's kind of crazy. And I'm like, that's one of the things I think they're just so cool. Like I don't know, we have one here that we got the other day.
yeah, it's a snapshot in time. And people back then, you kept your correspondence with people. You kept it. So, I mean, it's not like
and it doesn't even matter if there's stamps on them, if they're used. People sometimes collect them just for the stories that are told on them.
yeah, yeah.
It's and a lot of them sell better at. It's one of those things too. Sometimes they sell better at auction. One of the only things, because you're getting, but at auction you need to have at least 2 people that want it, and you know that's the thing. You might only get, you put it up there might be only have one person looking that week for that postcard from that area. So you could run into that issue where you give something away too, but it just depends on the moment. I'm looking actually for a postcard from that town, a few towns over, Chatham, of that garage, and I look on eBay every few days. It's one of my searches I look for postcards in that town, wondering if I'll find a postcard of that garage.
I mean, postcards, I mean, you can still sell them today. That's what Kim and I were doing. We haven't done it yet, but we're doing our contest for subscribers for, we're wanting you to send us postcards from your city or state. And that would be pretty cool. But yeah, postcards are still a thing. So.
Do they even have postcard stamps anymore?
It's just a regular stamp. I don't even know what a stamp is nowadays. 47 cents. I don't know. But
actually, I need to get stamps. I don't think they have any.
Now I've got some World War I postcards, and a lot of the stuff, during war times, there's like a lot of propaganda that gets put out in or patriotic but there was some really cool World War I postcards, and it's some pretty neat stuff. And a lot of times the stories, that are written on the postcards it's a really neat niche to get into, but you've got to know what you're doing or it's just going to waste your time. You need to get educated before you sell them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna list some here eventually. I'm buying a printer for it that I can easily go through them, and I think it's do front and back, kind of like the ones people use for like Dallas Moore uses for his photograph business. And I'm gonna give it a real try. And I got literally probably 10,000, and they're the one. What I mean? I would say a large portion of them are the real photo postcards, like 1915 to 1930s. Yeah. And those are the ones that do somewhat good. Not all of them, but I just love researching different things. And, and a lot of it just came from, I remember, what's their name? They do the vlogs, eBay Scavenger Life. About a year ago, they had somebody on there, or maybe it was 6 months ago, talking about selling postcards. So I got intrigued, and believe it or not, that weekend I went across somebody at at a yard sale and bought like 2,000 of them for $20.
Yeah,
and I've learned which ones kind of do better. You want ones from smaller towns. You don't want Niagara Falls. There's so many Niagara Falls ones. I mean, they go for pennies, dollars. and certain things. But I got envelopes for them and everything. It's kind of one of those things I'm ready to eventually check into it, but I just haven't at the moment. I even got a second eBay store up and ready for just those.
I hear you. Yep.
Eventually I'll get into it. I don't know. Sometimes the situation of being back at the house is kind of, there's only so much space, so much room I can do things with, which kind of cut into certain things. I need a warehouse again. Showing you pictures from the warehouse is up for sale again. And the unit next to it. You could have 2,000 square feet of warehouse space that leaks. Heat doesn't work properly for only $220,000.
What happened to Pete? I don't know. Did something happen to Pete that I don't know of?
They don't see him on here.
We can start a rumor right now, couldn't we?
It's the same thing every week. They get they get this show confused with the Friday show.
Yeah.
He'll be here Friday.
No, dude, I'm going out of town. So maybe you and Pete can do something Friday night.
Oh, we'll see if Pete's available.
Yeah.
I know he's been a busy boy lately.
Yeah.
But I ate Pete. There you go.
That's messed up.
It doesn't even sound right. Like we're not going there. That just doesn't sound right. Oh boy. Anybody else? Anybody want to share anything?
Yeah.
How's everybody's month been in the chat? Show us. Have you been up? Have you been down? Because I mean, a lot of people are complaining about February. Like,
I've been up, and it's only because I've been listening. I've been actually working, so to me, that's what it's about. Dude, I got one of those Nightmare VHS games. You remember that?
I think I do.
Yeah. Got one of those, and
that's the thing. Everybody's saying they've been up. So I mean, maybe it's just these YouTubers talking about their sales are bad because they're making too many damn videos and not doing listings.
Yeah. Now, see, everybody knows I'm not a clothing seller, but I'm not stupid either. If I see something like this in a thrift store and it catches my eye, I'm all over it. This was $4, and it's a mountain goat, white stag. It's 70s, 80s. It's an extra large. But it even smells like this. That smell, and it's in excellent condition. This thing is just cool. It's got down feathers inside, so that's just a cool piece, and I'm excited. I think I've got like $48 on it, but it's nice condition, excellent condition. But the brand is Mountain Goat by White Stag. See, I get to do what you do and what Nicole does, and all these other they show the tags and
White Stag.
So am I an official clothing seller? But yeah, I mean, if I see something that's cool that would be fun to sell, you betcha I would pick it up. But I don't go through the racks every single thing. But yeah, it's already listed. I think it's cool, and I just like it.
People saying it looks like Marty McFly's vest.
Hey, maybe we need to check that out.
My wife actually likes the Marty McFly shoes they had, those Nikes.
Oh yeah.
Like, yo, I want those. And I'm like, really? You see how much they are? They're $5,000. $8,000. I think they're $8,000 on eBay. It's like, no. No.
Yeah.
Why is I'm just out of curiosity with people in the chat. Why do people want to always know your eBay store link? Like, is that a magic pill to reselling? Just curiosity. I mean, because technically you could find it if you put a little effort into it.
Yeah, go watch my 101 items sold video. It's like, I don't typically, but you know, I'm getting to the point to where I was watching Lonnie Garage Flips, and I was really happy with using my Screencast Pro or whatever it is to do my videos. But I saw him like late last night, like 11 or 12, because I told you I was up until like 1 or 2 last night. And I saw what he was doing. I'm like, I really like this format. And I asked him, what is that? And he told me what software it was. I'm going to look into that. And I'm like, yeah, but it'll show my stupid eBay store. But I'm getting to the point to where it's like, you know, something, because I would rather do like some sales updates and stuff and not wait, you know, monthly and stuff like that. So I think it's okay. You know, people screw with me. I'm going to have their name and number, you know. I'm going to have their address. I'm going to have everything about them. So, but the last time somebody, and this is if you guys make YouTube content and there's another reseller out there that just totally messes with you, or you think they're going to mess with you, just go buy something in their store, off their store. If they send you messages that are crappy, just put them on your, you know, block list, buyer list, or go buy something from their store that typically will shut them up real damn quick. And that's happened to me. And yeah, people have come after me before. So it does happen, but it does happen.
I mean, it does happen. I mean, I have people ask me about my store, and it's during my sales update video. My store is clear as day in the video. I'm like, really? Did you just ask on my video?
Hall's Hangout saying, why do people not want to share their store? I have no issues with sharing mine. Put your store in the chat right now, brother. Put it in the chat. Or is that a lady? Put it in the chat.
I have no reason.
Put it in the chat and we'll say it out loud, and then we'll see if anybody messes with you. This would be a good test. So
I'll put your store in the chat.
Well, I mean, no, they're saying they want to know. They're all about sharing theirs. I mean, there's a reason.
Well, I think it's the reason why. I mean, I think it kind of bothers me when nobody wants to share their store at all. You know what I mean? Like they refuse to give out anything, and they're talking about, you know what I mean? That kind of bothers me a little bit more. I mean, because if you took a little bit of work, you could find mine in chat store in about 2 seconds. It wouldn't be hard to figure it out.
Okay, Hall's Hangout said their eBay store's name is Hall's Hangout. So yeah, it's Hall's Hangout.
All right, everyone.
Get back with this in about 10 days. And you'll see why, because people are mean. People will mess with you if you give them the opportunity, and you just did. Yeah, I'm going to see what you got to sell. Yeah. Now, I think you'll see once people mess with you, you're kind of like, yeah, I'm not going to give them the ammo to mess with me. So that's why.
Anybody have any last words?
Good luck with your you're going to be doing videos every other day, right?
Well,
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. I mean, that's your.
I've been very consistent with the videos over this year, technically. I think in general, a little bit more than I have, and I'll probably up it a little bit more at some point. I have a few different video ideas I have in mind. It's just kind of doing them, which is always. I have never thought about doing blogs, even though people have talked about those for. I remember like a few years ago, people like when I was doing the videos every day, they were like, "Oh my God, you should do these. You should continue." And it's like, and back then they were fairly cut and dry. I wasn't doing anything crazy other than showing a few things I picked up, a few things I sold, and just talking about anything that
Yeah.
you know. But it's just all fun. I mean, but I don't consistently do eBay related things, so I'm not sure if it would be very fun, but maybe one day I'll try, but it's not going to be yet. Oh. But I'll see you guys all later. Don't let these updates get you down.
Yeah.
Turn that frown upside down. And get yourself a Supreme crowbar and brick. You had to watch my other video I put out earlier today for that one. Oh, I think I sold something again. I sold 2 things during the show.
Whoop whoop.
Oh yeah. A pair of women's jeans for $72 and a pair of men's jeans for $40. So yeah, boy. But like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you later. Don't forget, subscribe to Chad's channel, Golden Finger Picker. See you guys later. Have a good night.
Thanks, guys.